Most of us have probably had a check-in with our manager that went poorly. Running a good one-on-one with your manager requires strategy, patience, and discipline, but is fairly simple. If you've ever walked out of your meeting unsatisfied and unproductive, here are a few quick tips to make your regular check-ins effective. Before you do anything else, determine your objective. What is the purpose of meeting with your manager? Decide with your manager whether you're going to meet for a status update, to discuss goals, to troubleshoot problems you've encountered, or to give and receive feedback on your working relationship. When talking it over with your manager, remember this meeting is for you as well, so don't hesitate to propose what you think the focus should be so you can work most effectively. Now that you have decided on an objective, decide the structure of your one-on-ones. Most basically, you both need to decide on the length and the frequency of meetings. Maybe your task requires a half-hour chat every week to do the job. Other tasks, like talking over expansion to a new location or a brand change, might require longer meetings with more downtime in between for ideation. Once you have the basics down, make sure you both know what prep is expected from each of you, who is leading the meeting, and if there are any next steps that you want to already be thinking about. In order for your meeting to go smoothly, you're going to need to be prepared. Preparing for your next one-on-one should begin the moment your last one ends. Keep track of notes and questions during your meetings so when you're doing prep work, you can reflect on what you're trying to achieve. Prioritize and focus the topics that you want to cover and form them into concise ideas or questions so you don't need to waste time trying to figure out how you want to tackle an idea when you're sitting one-on-one with your manager. Now you're ready for the one-on-one. During your time with your manager, make sure you own it. It's your responsibility to make sure that you meet the objectives you determined and on the timeline you agreed on. This means that you might need to reframe the objective at the start of the meeting so you and your manager have it fresh in your mind. Asking your manager if they're ready to dive in is also a good way to get to business in a timely manner. You can control the time you spend on each topic in your agenda by suggesting you move on and talk about the unfinished topic in a follow-up email or in your next meeting. Following up is the next step and helps conclude your time with your manager. After your meeting, block out some time in your schedule to make notes while your discussion is still fresh in your mind. Depending on your manager's style, sending a quick follow-up email recapping the next steps in your project will help continue the progress that you started rolling in your one-on-one. If you finish up your follow-up quickly, use the rest of the time you set aside to start tackling small tasks that you set for yourself during the one-on-one. This will get you into action and make time management easier on you later in the week. Finally, to make sure you continue having effective one-on-ones, be sure to debrief with your manager. This can be the most difficult part of organizing one-on-ones, but every few meetings, step back and notice progress that you have made or the places where you still need to work on meeting your objectives. One way to learn more about one-on-ones is to shadow people who you see having productive one-on-ones to see how they tackle their agenda. By taking the effort to build objectives and structure, prepare, own, and follow up on your one-on-ones, you'll maximize your time spent working effectively and ensure that the communication between you and your manager is productive.